The time, it flieth away so easily. It's been 2 weeks again. Holy shit. How does this happen? It's just when you juggle all the different games. It's also really easy to binge Subnautica for a bit. It's kind of shown by the fact that these videos are all longer than normal, mostly. No, not mostly, all of them. There's no like 28-minute episode of Subnautica the way there is for Strangeland or something. I burn through time, then I'm like, ah, fuck, it's already been a half an hour and I still haven't actually gotten something done. And I didn't even feel like I was wasting time. I definitely wanted to expand this or fix it or something, but I just haven't had the time lately. What horrible expedition would we want to go on today? Every day there's also the choice of like, do I go for one of the waypoints in the distance or one of the bases on the map? Or do I just kind of go somewhere I'm curious about a bit? And I think I might do that one, even though I don't want to, because I hate the idea. I also think we might take Daddy out because Bowser Time has gravity problems and the place I'm going to is very vertical. I might just find that it leads to the same goddamn crystal monsters again, which would be kind of disappointing, because I do kind of want to go to a new place, but maybe every time you go down, that's where it lead, bro. Let's see. Equipment. The light stick. A mobile, battery-powered LED light which provides low-level lighting in a 360-degree area and can be attached to most surfaces. Propulsion cannon. The propulsion cannon allows technicians to manipulate gravitational forces at ranges up to 20 meters and is commonly used in construction and mining to move materials. Operating instructions. Pull the trigger once to lock onto and attract a single targeted object weighing less than 25 kilograms. The object can now safely be retrieved from the gravitational beam. Alternatively, pull the trigger a second time to propel the object. There's some good white on white going on here. To propel the object to speed away from the device. Not recommended for use on organic subjects. Not recommended doesn't say I can't though. The prop cannon. Some species are telekinetic. For example, for everyone else, there's Alterra. Aw. Gotta read through more of these. Because people were freaking out a bit about the aquarium module and how I hadn't read about it, and that would have been helpful at one point. Listen, it's just most of these descriptions are really boring and not very insightful, and the things usually do what you think they do. And even with the explanation, the aquarium module's still, like, not actually necessarily useful. It's there, but why do I want it? Not sure. What I really want is a bunch of storage, honestly, in that thing. And a bunch of giant guns. Reinforced dive suit. This suit is reinforced with synthetic fibers to reduce incoming physical and thermal damage. Shock absorption reduces physical impact velocity by approximately 50%. Ooh. Rated for temperatures up to 70 degrees. Up to. Wow, that's not very hot. Wait. Units, brah. Basic scientific notation. You need units. You don't just say degrees and not say what they are, because those mean very different things, depending on which one you mean. Disclaimer, you are not invulnerable wearing this suit. The reinforced dive suit. Why take chances when you can take Alterra? Aw. That's the biggest risk of your life is trusting Alterra. Fabricator module. Contains one wall-mounted unique fabricator and a small amount of additional storage space. Yay. The Fabricator module allows operators to craft everything available on a standard fabricator while additionally offering the ability to construct sea truck modules. Failure to attach this module for trips lasting longer than 8 hours absolves the manufacturer of fault in all incidents regarding caloric intake deficiencies. NB. This module is powered by the sea truck's main cabin. Sleeper module. Replete with a foldable bed, home entertainment system, and photo frame, the sleeper module provides everything required for one person to hunker down for long stretches. As a utility vehicle, the sea truck is ideally operated on a 24-hour schedule. With the addition of this module, it's possible to trade off piloting with a co-operator. It is advisable to resist detaching this module while there is a slumbering occupant, as suffocation may occur. This module is powered by the sea truck's main cabin. Okay. So, got some gripes about the sea truck as a concept. On several levels, there's just the fact that it's like, hey, it's like the sea moth, but slow. It's like the Cyclops, but less good. I almost said interesting, but it's actually a really interesting vehicle. I think the sea truck's fucking cool, mainly because of the fact that modules come on and off of it and all that, and like that's just like a really cool idea that was decently implemented, and I like that. There's some gaps though. One, the moon pool should be compatible with the sea truck. There's only like 2 vehicles as far as I can tell. Why is the moon pool and the sea truck not do a mix? Like, for real, bro. This thing, like, why doesn't it, what? Like, I get that if you make it long enough, it won't fit in this thing, and they use the same moon pool from the last game, and it's the same proportion, so it can't fit in the room eventually. But, like, why isn't there, like, a fucking, like, why don't the claw things or whatever, like, hold on to the rest of the sea truck or something? Like, the rest of the sea truck does not in any way dock with this, the moon pool. You just throw it away like garbage, which is especially weird because those parts of the sea truck are supposed to contain stuff. Like, oh, there's water inside my sea truck. Whoops. That's just how water renders in this game, though, huh? Sometimes. God, where did I even leave the rest of my sea truck? There it is. Do I want any of this? Like already that's really long, so it'd be hard to fit this, and I get that. I understand the limitation, but they should have made a new moon pool that can either fit the sea truck or like docks with it underwater. Like something should stick out of the bottom and like attach to the rest of the sea truck while it's in the moon pool. Maybe even like a thing you can access via a ladder that would allow you to walk into this part of the rest of the sea truck while you're down there. Or yeah, like instead of being the moon pool, like have like a dock, like a like the side of this thing has like a door and it like latches onto something. Maybe have like an automated docking animation that happens and so on, which already does exist anyway. And then you like go through the side door out into a tunnel, then climb a ladder to get up into the moon pool or something. Like, you know, like this. What if this attached to the moon pool and then you just get out or something? But then like you need like there's it's weird that like you can have storage and stuff like the fabrication module and things like that in here, but then like what is this module? Is this the fabrication module? I don't know what this chamber is actually. I don't remember. But it's like it's really janky and weird that you just leave it in the ocean, especially since in the lore as established via the I'm just gonna leave this module. I don't think I need it for what I'm about to do. If you look at like the data entries, like the stories we've gotten from the other guy, where he's like a trucker, like it's a sea truck. The whole point of a truck is you're trucking. Like, that's very elegantly put on my part, but like you're a warehouse worker. You're trucking supplies from warehouse to warehouse. You need to easily take those things from one place and put them in another place. That's the majority of why said truck modules generally exist, is because you want to truck the stuff around to truck them. So I said truck enough times yet. Like transporting large numbers of things from base to base, and in this case in an underwater facility, because it's an underwater device. The moon pool needs to be able to engage with the rest of the sea truck. You don't just dump it in the ocean. Like, I mean, would Alterra be evil enough to do that? Maybe, but like they care about efficiency on some level. They wouldn't, like, it's just too stupid to leave things that way. There'd have to be a way for the actual modules of the truck that store the stuff that you're trying to take from place to place to be physically attached to the base and transfer the stuff out of it. Like, this is a genuine oversight in the game, and I get that it's an indie game that takes years and years to make, despite its appearances where it looks like it's not, it passes as a double-A-ed triple-A game at times, and you're like, oh, wow, beautiful. But like, this is an indie game made by a really small staff, and I understand that. But it doesn't make things that are not missing, if you know what I mean. And this is I'm heading south. Where the fuck am I going? Hang on a second, I gotta turn a beacon on. Help, there's too many beacons. Camp sea monkey. Emergency. Spider. Shit. Home, I guess? Yeah, just home, yeah. I went the wrong way a bit. I think I was just lapping around the island a little too far. Yeah, we're at the twisted area, though. We're about where I was going for. But yeah, that is janky as all hell. And they got really ambitious with this device. It's really cool how it's a series of modules that are, you know, modular. You can choose which ones you want and attach them and design your own sea truck to fit your needs. A heavily customizable Cyclops is just a really cool fucking idea. But the fact that they didn't finish making anything for it to dock with is just like, oh god. Like, it just dumps your shit. It's like, that's not really a solution, man. That's not good enough. Okay. So I want to find the scary place. Yep, we're doing that. I played coy for a bit and didn't immediately hint at that. Okay, there's a light. I knew there was a light somewhere to follow. Because that place is full of the cuttlefish, right? So, like, I'm kind of significantly less afraid of this place through exposure, I guess, than I was the first time around. You. Go away. If that uses any of my fuel cell, it doesn't feel like it uses much of it. I'm apparently not following the lights very well. No, this is lights. Yes. Ow. I'm taking more hits than I'd like. I may not remember exactly where the deep place was. Which is a whoops on my end. Yeah, that's the base. I was near here, and like on my way out when I discovered the place that I did not want to be in anymore a long time ago. I'm just kind of looking for a hole that goes deeper nearby. This thing could use a map. I don't think this thing has a map, does it? I don't usually use the hologram map unless I specifically need it on the Sea Glide. Oh, that's it, I think. And it's because mostly the environments in this game are more compact than they were in the other game, and so it's really chaotic and hard to parse what I'm looking at a lot of the time. But also, it's just in the middle of my screen, and it's very opaque, so it fills up my entire screen and creates problems for my ability to just see in front of me when I'm trying, which is the primary thing I'm trying to do. All right, Daddy, I gotta fix you up. Where's the fix you up part? This is a repair. That's a laser cutter. Whoop. That's the opposite of what I was trying to do. There you go. There we go. And you'll note that I think I've already been in this habit, but you'll note that I won't save during episodes because, especially recently, my computer locked up and now I don't trust it. I'm like, nope. But I also made a save backup. Okay. Welcome back to the scary place. One thing there's two things I really dislike about the sea truck, though, aside from its incompleteness with the moon pool. Sorry, I went on a rant there that wasn't what I started. I started to talk the whole conversation about something else and then didn't actually get there because I realized the moon pool's incompleteness and just had to discuss that for a while. But as a coward in this game, who is a coward, hello, yes, me, there's two things I really miss when I'm in this thing compared to the Cyclops. One is, I feel like I'm in a sea moth right now. Like, I'm just in a little cockpit, and I don't feel that much bigger than I do when I'm here in person. And so it's like, I feel small in a scary world, and that fucks me up. The additional thing is that the Cyclops was like a cave. Like, you know how small fish have, like, dens, and they sometimes have places they hide in and retreat into, like an eel, when threats arrive? I could literally get out of the... I can't do it right now at all because I don't have any things behind me, but And and given my aquarium module, I don't think I'd feel any safer in there. But I can literally, like, stop using this cockpit and run away deeper into the Cyclops just to feel better, like, emotionally, whether it's actually helping or not mechanically. Like, I could retreat into the Cyclops, into my dark cave, and just kind of get away from the bad things, like when we went to the Degassi base with those octopi, the squids, octopuses. I think they were called crab. Wow, I just blanked on what they're called. Apparently, I think I knew. No, is it a crab squid? Yeah. And was the other thing a crab snake? Whatever. They do just mash words together for these things. But I could run away. There was also a thing that it was both a security blanket and a tension increaser, which was that they had what was essentially the motion tracker from Alien. Like, Alien has that motion tracker that tells you when a xenomorph's nearby, and you're like, oh my god, what is it? Where is it? And it's like a little hard to read, but it's pinging and it gives you information. And like on some level that made me more afraid because of the fact that the thing was around and it was pinging when things were nearby that were Leviathan sized, and I'd be freaking out. Is that squid shark bigger than the one? God, is that guy bigger than the one from before? I don't know. But yeah, like that like that thing probably made me more scared because of the Alien effect, where that thing was designed as a horror device because it's like low resolution information that reminds you that you're in threat. But at the same time, it also helped me keep track of where threats were, so I could pause and try to keep track of them. Not having any information about my surroundings and then going into a place like this that's completely chaotic. The fact that the map doesn't give me any information about where someone might be that's threatening means it could be behind me at any moment, and I just have to hope for the best and just freak out about that all the time, basically. It's like I'm currently digging deeper into this place while being really worried that one of those things might just be like right behind me at any moment. And I'm kind of exposed to to these guys, the cuttlefish. I almost called him a crab squid just because it was just like in my brain. Kind of exposed to them now, and they haven't been very effective at being threatening so far. Ow. But I've only really fought one like once. Granted, I've just seen much larger, much more horrible things. God, that giant thing is just the worst, and it's just so fucking big. Storage module, the thing that we actually fucking wanted this whole time. A battery, I guess. Bacon! Ah! The cuttlefish make really weird noises. It's just like a... like just a quick weird sound. You're like, what? I don't know. For intuitiveness, I feel like I'd switch the two sounds and make the cuttlefish sound like the bitey boy, and the bitey boy sound like the cuttlefish. I'm forgetting what he's called. I've scanned him before, and I don't remember what he's called now, though. The weird bitey boys that I've killed several times. They're just... That guy makes such a dangerous sounding sound. And the cuttlefish is kind of whatever. Despite presumably being a bigger threat. Ooh. A broken mandrake. What that mean? Hmm? The broken mandrake is a bioluminescent plant that roots itself to surfaces in deep coral zones. Analysis indicates that it has accumulated many genetic adaptations for permanent dark conditions. Might as well at least try not to add to my backlog by reading them as I get them. I ideally would do that every time, more or less. But where even am I at this point, honestly? I would ideally be doing that all the time. Will I even be able to find the exit? I should have marked it. It's my bad. But yeah, I've just kind of fallen off the wagon of doing that every single time. Whoopsie. Didn't mean to. Oh, and just to comment on him, it's the same comment over and over again. I mean, I appreciate the engagement, so I mean, maybe I should just ignore it more and have people keep commenting it forever, but I'm aware that there's an accessibility option that lets you pause the game when you open the codec thing. My interpretation of accessibility option, though, is generally that it's not the intended experience. And it's there to help you out if you need it. And I don't need it. I don't know, I just don't really love the idea of turning it on. But that's your personal choice, and you can do that all you want to. But if that was how they wanted the game to be played by everyone, then that would just be how the game works for everyone. It would just pause every time. God, where the fuck are they? I haven't seen one for a while. This is another exploring on my own for the sake of it situation, so I actually don't know if there's anything worthwhile down here. Just poking around. Well, I guess I do know because I just found a whatchamacallsums. I just found the storage module. So I'd like to get more of those. Oh yeah, I also don't have the ability to ping the surroundings like I used to, huh? There's a lot of fucking diamonds down here. I guess this is deep enough that it didn't show up on my map. I think I have enough diamonds though that I don't have to worry about them so much. Damn it. I'm surprised how low my damage has been. These guys are here. These are the little weird submarine guys that I saw when I was in the scary crystal place. Yeah, I wonder if I get the sea moth module that lets me ping the surrounding area to get like a layout. That was really useful in the really big dark areas because it would actually show you the structure of the area around you. Do they react to light? God, he's right there. You definitely have some of that worrying response where you see one guy and you're like, oh god. Just because I see one doesn't mean I'm... Just because I know where one... What was that? Was that an attack sound? Just because you see where one is doesn't mean you're safe. Because you don't know where the other ones are. Is the other one right behind you right now? I don't think he reacts to light. Helps us keep track of him a bit more. Crashing into fish. Surprisingly little physical damage so far. I must be going slower. Makes sense. I'm taking way less damage from impacts. I had to repair a fair amount when I got here. I've been crashing constantly for little consequence. Is this area just the storage module, maybe? Yep. If this area does have an alien artifact, he really needs to ping me and start noticing one nearby or something. But I've definitely found a fair number of them lately without actually being told there even is one. I just kind of wander into an area and be like, oh, green shit. I should scan that. We doing this? We doing this, buddy? I am curious whether this area connects to Crystal Bastards. My new nightmare. Man, there are there's just two different threats that have both really neutered this dude at this point. But this was such an effective horror nightmare to look at when I first got here. Looking down at this place and being like, ah, there's writhing horrible stuff down there. And it's big. Definitely looked huge compared to anything I've seen before. It's really interesting to go back to episode, I think, 2. And realize that the thing I saw was the chelicerates. A thing we know the name of because of the, it shows up on my scanner. On my room, my scanner room. Like going back and realizing, oh, that huge thing was what I actually saw. It wasn't one of the Cuttlefish guys. That was a really big surprise actually to find out that I was wrong. And that when I saw these guys again, when I did finally meet these guys for the first time, it wasn't even the same creature. I thought it was the previous creature again. Like, oh shit, there it is. Okay, is that one genuinely bigger? I don't know. Let's not be here out of my vehicle, though. Daddy! Is it just the perspective change of getting out of my module? Out of my vehicle? My seat truck? Because boy, do I immediately think that thing looks fucking huge. Is that one bigger than the other one? Is it even a different one, though, or is it just the same one again? Genuinely unsure, actually. Every time I hear a roar, I don't know if it means it's after me. God, this place is a tangled nightmare mess. There's like no way to know where you are. I definitely should have left a beacon at the door, like I even made sure I had one, but then just forgot. Commentary and all that, I was discussing something. Well, I know where to get diamonds if I need them, god damn. This is nothing but diamonds at the cost of you braving some cuttlefish. Do we do a test? Hey, buddy. Oh. Uh-oh. I didn't like that. Is he still after me? Did he forget about me? So he didn't hit me, so I think I made contact with him and he ran away. With the, because I did fire my lightning thing. I saw the cooldown on the hotbar. But I think he did it to me too. Because last time I saw one, I thought that there was like an electric thing that happened. But it didn't seem to actually suffer any consequences for it, like maybe it didn't connect. But this time, I was kind of terrified for a moment there. My vehicle just stopped doing anything. I was not happy at all. It just sort of slowly drooped downward, and it wasn't working, and I couldn't... You guys could see exactly when it wasn't working. Not because you couldn't feel my controls not doing anything, but because the light turned off. In addition to my controls not working. My just actual headlamp... Not headlamp. My headlights turned off. But that thing can disable my vehicle. It'll probably attack me after that. If I don't get it first. Which I did again. You coming for me? A little unclear. Okay, I think I need to get out and use my sea glide. Let's try to get really low. Safe. But I think I need the sea glide's map. I'm gonna be able to tell. I can't tell if there's anything else here. But that might be it. It might have just been the chance to get that module that the guy dropped. Just a lore explanation for why it's there. Things aren't looking great. There's a cave kind of over there. Let's go southwest. I know this actually might be a relatively early game area to brave really quick, and I put it off for too long. That definitely screams that because of the fact that it has the sea truck storage module, which kind of seems like, you know, the important one, like as I said, for reasons I said earlier. Where's the middle of this thing? It's hard to tell where I am on the map. Okay, there's like a vertical line. I think that's supposed to indicate it. Would be a little helpful if it was like a different color. I'm here. God, it's really hard to see past it. It's also kind of hard to see the map itself due to a lack of color differentiation. Boom, 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 boom. All on the line. That's as deep as it go. If I go further this way, there is more cave in this direction, basically. Was it up here? I'm gonna go higher first. It's like as deep as it goes, and that itself is pretty inconsequential. I think I'm gonna go with the idea that we're done here. Get back down here. Definitely would have hoped for more. Every alien artifact scan is a big deal. But I think this really is just a little lower area where some squid sharks seem to be hatching. Okay. There you go, buddy. Ah. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the curtain back a little bit. I've been pretending not to know they're called squid sharks for a long time. Because, obviously people just call shit out. And so it gets a little spoiled. But I've been like very consciously trying to call them cuttlefish every single time. This is for a while now, because it's never been revealed in game that they're called squid sharks. But I've officially let it slip too many times this episode. With the intention of like editing it out. I'm like, okay, that's like the 4th incident. Let's just admit it. I know they're called squid sharks. This is basically a pointless game I'm playing with myself. But when the audience spoils things, I try to pretend that it's not spoiled and like go forward with it and all that and try to recreate the authentic experience, but admitting that I know the name of a thing is kind of silly at this point. In fact, it's well, it's fun to have like the no spoilers experience in various ways. It's definitely worth mentioning that the what is it? The let's go north. Let's go get some of the local food. It's definitely worth mentioning that when you launch this game on Steam, the banner image is just a giant picture of a squid shark. And I was like, oh, that's unfortunate. I kind of want to like have some mystique with this thing when I encounter it. But if you go all the way back to my first encounter with the Chelicerae, I think it's called, my first, you might have even heard me be like, oh, it's like a, what is it, like a whale, octopus thing, or squid? Like, I even had the reaction of like, I was biased in favor of the idea that it was a squid shark, because the game just shows you a squid shark on the fucking banner of when you launch the game, which disappoints me greatly. But that made me just be like, oh, that's the, wow, that's the first big thing. It must be the squid shark. So I was like, and so like, my brain automatically incorrectly filled in details that I had like I had seen like squiddy details on the character because that's what I was ready to see. But now that we've seen the Chelicerate more, it doesn't feature any squid stuff. It's a big bitey, angry red thing, but the squid details are only on the squid shark. So my stupid brain filled in squid details, thinking that that was the squid, when it wasn't, because I actually had never seen one yet, still, including that guy. Womp womp. Yeah, little curtain pull. I try to maintain the integrity of a blind playthrough as best I can, but this was a bit of a silly example, because it's just the basic name of an intro thing that the game frankly spoils too much, and would be cool to as a surprise, but basically doesn't exist in that form. So next episode, I think I'm gonna try to go to one of these places probably, because there's just land places, and I guess I'll just kind of go at them. Like, they've been hinting at the idea of going on land, but I still don't know how to go on land or where to go on land. I don't have waypoints, I just have this map, and I don't know how to get the rest of the snow fox. We've only found one scan at Margaret's Base at the beginning, but not enough to make one. So maybe we'll find wreckage or something? And we've been playing long enough without going on land, so that's my next goal, I think.